live right now in your living room
Right
on
now.
your TV, episode number 21, the Metal Block Podcast, your favorite three guys
Here we are.
chit-chatting, having a really good time like always, just talking about some metal and ready to kick off another new album. It's been busy, like we said last time, busy spring. We got a lot of tours. We got a lot of things happening, a lot of things moving around right now in the world of metal. So it's really exciting. I'm really happy to get started talking about it. But you'll have to excuse me. I'm a little thirsty.
Oh, Zoomy,
That looks refreshing.
I need to cure that thirst.
Huh. How about that? Where'd you get that, buddy?
Oh, man. That sure is tasty. Would either of you like a taste of this delicious drink?
Pass it over, buddy.
Brandon
I would
probably
love
would.
one.
Here you go, fellas.
Oh, thanks, man.
Make sure and share it.
Still fresh.
There you go.
Yeah, you got a whole new... Wow. That's... have to teach the bottling companies that trick.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Coming your way, Graders.
I'm just
Yeah.
going to toss it over there.
Oh, there it is. It came off.
He said...
That's refreshing, boys.
Oh, my goodness, man. You think the unofficials caught what
do
just
we have
happened there? Oh,
It appears to be. Clearly Canadian.
that's what that is. Everybody.
Mountain Blackberry.
We figured out cloning. Clearly Canadians.
Not only
That's spicy.
morphing, but cloning. So,
They are delicious.
thank you, Clearly
but they make me
Canadian.
burp a
Clearly
lot.
Canadian. If you could send different flavors besides blackberry and raspberry to Quick Trips in Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma specifically, it'd be greatly appreciated. I love the peach. Strawberry is my favorite. And I also actually been seeing on TikTok that you've got an array of flavors that you do not supply to the state of Oklahoma. I don't see them in any grocery stores. So if you could, we'd enjoy to get a few different flavors. Thanks.
Or
It
else.
just doesn't make sense, you know?
Yeah.
Share. Sharing
We
is
want to be
caring.
shunned. Yeah, I bet in Canada
know?
there's all sorts of kinds.
It's all everywhere. It's just clearly
Yeah.
Canadian. Clearly
Like a
Canadian. Clearly
pineapple
Canadian.
tropical burst. I saw all sorts of stuff.
Well, you know, it kind of makes me think that on a long day at the job, feeling flat as a sheeted drywall after 8 hours of pounding nails and hauling beams, I bet you could use, you know, a little pick-me-up that packs a real punch. Clearly Canadian. The sparkling water, the construction worker's secret weapon. It's made with real mountain spring water. And a kick. It's the perfect way to refresh, recharge, and conquer your workday. No sugar crash, just pure bubbly energy. Clearly Canadian isn't just a drink, it's a toolbox essential. Level up your day, lift up your spirits, and build something awesome. Don't let a flat day slow you down. Stay on top of your game from sunrise to sunset. Grab a Clearly Canadian, sparkling water, and keep building your dreams. Yeah, so thank you, Clearly Canadian. We're grateful.
Yeah.
It was delicious. We all got to share and, show the world. So, thumbs up from the Metal Block. Keep it coming. And what are we going to do today? We talked about the new Aborted album. And this is another one, Friday, I think, Brandon?
Yep, last Friday.
Yep, Friday release.
Friday seems to be the day, but actually, like I did last week, let's say hello to Brutal Brando and Phil McCrevis the third.
Yep. What up, yo?
The third.
I wasn't being creative. I was like, we were, getting a little bit late into the episode. I was like, I just gotta go.
Yeah.
So
Junior,
that's what I got tonight.
Junior.
And I wish it doesn't show my name on the screen, on Spotify. So yeah, again, I always put a sassy name up as my identity, and sometimes you get to hear about it. Never know.
Yeah, especially if we remember to talk about it.
Hey, joke's gotten old. It's old now. It's old news.
But it's one of those that you keep doing, and
No, I'm gonna keep
you
doing
just
it.
yeah, you just get a little laugh with it every time. But
This is my first repeat. I've never used the
and
same name twice except for
That's
tonight.
impressive.
yeah,
It
it's
is
pretty good. 21
21.
episodes in. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Well, everybody, speaking of 21 episodes, it's not the first one, so we do this every week, and if you get a chance, hop on social media, check out Facebook, check out the X page, check out Instagram, TikTok, a lot of stuff that we're putting out there every single day. Morning commute, Brandon is making sure that he is hand selecting something new for you to check out each and every day, just in case you're driving to work doing the same old thing and you're just like, man, I just need something else to listen to. And that happens a lot. And the good thing is, you can always hop on Facebook or any of those social media pages, and it's usually up there. Facebook, it's guaranteed to be there by like 6 a.m. Central Time, maybe 7 a.m. Central Time, but all the other ones kind of follow suit. But good stuff. You guys give it a check out. And it's not just new stuff either. It's some of the old stuff that you might have listened to years and years ago. It came out, you listened to it, you didn't go back to it, check it out again, and now's your chance. So also send us an email, metalblocktalks@gmail.com, and let us know any ideas you might have, some new music you want to check out. We'd love to check it out. So here we go. Aborted. This is an album that they have actually been kind of, pushing for a little bit now. I feel like we got, what was it, at least one single? Is that right, guys?
I think there was two.
Yeah, a couple of them.
They let
What
off
was
with
there
Death
two?
Cult.
Right, I remembered the Death Cult, and so the Aborted album that we're actually talking about here is Vault of Horrors, and this was really cool because we just got off of the interview with Gabe for the Enterprise Earth, and I think that Death and Anthology. And one thing I noticed was there's a lot of vocalists that come in and kind of do a little guest vocals on this Aborted track, and it's called Vault of Horrors. And it just reminded me a lot of kind of an anthology, especially since it's based off different movies, scary movies, and stuff like that. So really saw some parallels between that and Enterprise Earth, even though they're not the same kind of music that they're putting out, but still both really awesome things. And yeah, so this was a really good one. Brandon, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's stellar. Huge leap forward from Mania Cult. I was not really a fan of Mania Cult. Honestly, kind of haven't been a fan of much since Mendel left. So like they did that little EP in what was that, 21 or 22, like Love Masquerade to something. I don't know, man. I've just been struggling to grab my attention, but this one does. They have got me back. I love them. I mean, it's just a stellar album front to back, like beginning to end. There's I don't have a bad thing to say about it. It's just really good. Should I say it's good one more time? Let me throw that out there in case you guys didn't hear me.
Did you think it was good?
It was okay. It was okay. I mean, I was a big fan of the Golgathon song. There's like who's on that? Hal from Engulf and is it Blasphemer or something like that, who does guest vocals on that one. I love his vocals on it. The guest line on that. That's one of the ones where the guests kind of stand out to me. And the whole thing's just got a really strong energy, and I like the melody of that one. The other one I like a lot is The Shape of Hate with Oliver from Archspire. He like Aborted did a really good job of fitting these vocalists into like their spots on the album. I think.
Yeah, they're like quick, they're like
it's
straight,
quick,
quick,
and it blends in
spots.
really well. Like it fits perfectly. And on The Shape of Hate, there is a really wicked guitar solo towards the end that had, I think each of the songs has at least some kind of guitar solo in it, but that one stood out to me as being really cool. But yeah, I just recently learned. I guess I didn't realize. You guys remember Ophidian Eye that we were checking out like a couple months ago?
Mm-hmm.
They put out an album in 22, I think.
Yep.
One of those guitar players is in Aborted now. Started in 22.
Oh, hell yeah.
So he's on this.
Cool.
And I don't know. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. What'd you think, Greg?
I loved it actually. I did, and I really hadn't been super into what they've done since probably I did like TerraVision a lot, and I did like
Me too.
Retrogore a lot. I mean, those seeing that on that Devastation on the Nation tour that they were on was badass. If you guys remember, that. I think you went to that, Brandon, didn't you? The
I
Distant
did.
Tomb was on, and yeah,
Yep.
that was a killer tour. But I mean, that was about the last time I had really gotten into, I just Mania Cult didn't do it for me. I mean, it was a decent album, but I just, I didn't go back and listen to it a lot. But yeah, this album's killer, man. It's like the same catchy, punchy Aborted that we all fell in love with, it really is. And I really dug, let's see, the one with David Simonich from Signs of the Swarm, Naturum Demonto, that was sick as hell. And then Deadbringer actually was a single as well, which is the opening track with Ben Dur from Shadow of Intent. I just looked it up, and yeah, it was that one. That was a Dreadbringer, not Deadbringer. Sorry, Dreadbringer, and then what was it? Death Cult. That was the other single.
Yeah, that's one
Is that
with
what you guys said?
Despised Icon.
Yeah. That song kicks ass too. Alex Arian, he kills it, and Ben's part from Shadow in the opening track is super good. But yeah, man, it's super cool. That band is really hardworking. Those guys are always putting out, super aggressive, kick-ass stuff. Ken Badine, the drums are phenomenal. I just have to mention that too on this album. I mean, he is fucking ridiculous. And to see him live, he plays in Crocs. He plays in a pair of Crocs, which is the craziest thing ever. But yeah, he's just stupid good. And then what they had Matt McGahee from Cryptopsy.
Yep.
Yeah, they had Jason Evans from Ingested, Johnny Chiardulo, I'm not sure who that is, but even the song from with Francesco from Flesh God Apocalypse, that was killer.
Yeah,
you can totally his total stand-up vocals. Yeah, Ollie kicked ass. Ricky Hoover, who was in Suffocate, and then now Of Sulfurs is a newer band on Century Media. That the whole album front to back is super strong, but like you said, it's super interesting how they literally have a feature for every song on the album.
Yep.
It's super cool. You were saying each one references different movies. And I was seeing like Ben saying that he was really stoked whenever they finally told him what movie he was going to be referencing and all that. It's really cool. So 2 thumbs up, obviously, from me. I'm rambling a lot. Sorry.
So, really looking forward to their tour with Archspire this summer, and
oh hell yeah,
and Alluvial and Carcosa. That's going to be sick.
Yeah. Alluvial, as we've talked about them, they're sick. Carcosa is dope too. Those guys are really good. I think they're from Canada, and one of them is an Angel Maker. But yeah, super good band.
Yeah, that's going to be a hell of a tour.
Oh man!
And I think it's coming here on a Saturday, so I don't know what stars are aligning, but
yeah, no, that's a pretty that's up there with the stars aligning. If it's on a Saturday and it's Aborted and Archspire alone,
it's not on a
pretty
Monday
aligned.
Or a Thursday. Or a Tuesday.
Yeah, and plus it's Aborted and Archspire. That's fully that's torqued, fully torqued.
For sure.
Well, we'll have to talk further on the subject.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with how you guys feel about that album. I thought, for one, Aborted wasn't, one of those bands that always jumped out at me as somebody that I was super excited about, at least not as much as you guys always were. I think about the time that I was like, really giving them a chance, they came out with that Strychnine album.
Oh yeah, that's got to be my least favorite of their albums.
And I didn't
everybody's.
Yeah.
I didn't love that album, and so that kind of I don't know, did it for me just a little bit, but I was really excited for them to come out with this one. I was really excited to, especially after hearing the Death Cult single that came out. I liked that. I'm a fan of all these horror movies. Everybody knows they get to sit and listen to me make movie references all the time. So, It's right up my alley. And so that automatically, just having that little bit of concept there in the music helps kind of draw me in. And so that already got my foot in the door and kind of had me liking it even before I heard anything on this one, which is really good because it allowed me to just sit there. Like, Aborted is kind of one of those like wall of noise bands in a way. There's a lot going on. I mean, there, but whenever you sit and listen to the music over and over again, you start to really hear all the individual pieces. And one thing that was cool about this is it really had a lot of breakups from their noisy moments. And those breakups were things like solos. You mentioned solos. Like, every single song has a pretty decent solo in it. And some of them are shreddy, but not all of them are. Some of them are real melodic, and they really have a good little technical mix in, what they're trying to portray out there. And, I feel like I'm hearing it. I feel like I'm getting what they're trying to do. And that helps bring in some additional melody to these songs that are really kind of grindy and fast. And I think one of the songs, I was like, I wonder what the BPMs is on this one. And I just checked it out. It was at least 230. That was what I could tell, And so these guys are just, slamming fast, nonstop. But they aren't afraid to break it up every now and then with these solos, and also some good breakdown chuggy spots. And you mentioned Greg. It's the one that's hard to pronounce. It's Nadarum Demonato.
Yeah.
That one has this one part in it that doesn't even seem to me that's super complicated, but it really breaks up the song good and fits really well. And it just does. I think it's about like 2.5 minutes in. It's like jun 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 jun, and it just keeps doing that over and over and over and over and over again. And I mean, it probably carries that for like, I don't know, several beats or bars or measures or whatever you want to say. And it just, it is a nice little head banging stop and mosh around kind of minute. And that's a lot of fun to have in these songs. And, we talk time and time again about the progression and the order of the songs. This one starts out with this little sample, kind of, not really sample, but this little, I don't know, other sound that isn't, like just them rocking out. And then they go into their album, and then I felt like they couldn't have closed it out any better. Like, even as the last song on Malevolent Haze, even as that song ends, it has this really cool, like, not even a solo, but a nice little lead melody that is played during that last couple minutes of that song. And it like almost ends it, and then they come back into it again right at the end and just rock you out again for another minute before they finally just say, okay, we're done. And that's really cool because it's almost like the end of the concert. The concert's over and everybody's still going, we want to hear one more song. We want to hear one. And then they come back out before the sound has even really completely went away. It's like one of them real quick encores, It's like, we're back. And everybody's like, yeah. And so then they rock out just for a little bit more. And then they leave you with that, I noticed that you talked about the Francesco, that track.
Yeah, the second track.
It's the second one, Condemned to Rot. That was one of the ones that they also have a video for. And
I haven't seen the videos.
Yeah, they put a video out for that one. And that's cool. I really like their use of different artists, to put together this vault.
Yeah, they did a good job. The whole presentation's killer.
Aptly titled.
Yeah, and the last thing that I kind of want to say about it, I guess the main last point that I have is that despite all these different vocalists that they bring in to make this whole thing and bring it all together, it really all still sounds like it belongs in this album. Like, it doesn't sound like this song is way out there because they're using a different vocalist. Like, they did a really good job of making it still like one like product.
It's an Aborted album.
It is. It's an Aborted album. And so, I really, hats off to them for their ability to bring in all these different people, collaborate together with all these different musicians, have this collection that they, piece together with all of these people and songs that they write, and it still sound like an Aborted album in the end, and it still be something that's not just a best of or a soundtrack to or a it's like, no, this is a legit album, and like you guys already mentioned, it's really one of their better ones that they've put out in a while. And I agree to that 100%. It was a lot of fun to check out.
The vocals were killer, and we haven't talked about Sven. Is his name Sven? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, he killed it. Like his like evolution in his vocals compared to like the song "The Carnage Done" type days and all that, which he killed it back then, and all that. But now it's like highs. He does
be their encore on this tour.
Always, of course, it will be
always the encore.
Absolutely, but dude, like his tunnel highs that he's doing now, and like his different ranges he's hitting are just ridiculous. But yeah, man, he fucking killed this album, and like you said, he definitely brought it, and stuck to their core, even though they have a absolute all-star badass lineup of features on the whole thing. He just killed it overall and kept it true to the Aborted, beast that he's like responsible for. He's like the main man, he's kept that machine running for years now. So hats off to Sven.
So, he's like the only original member. He's been in the band since 1995.
I know.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Wow.
They've had a ton of members
drummer,
too.
Ken has been in since 2010, so he's the next longest. And then Ian Jackellis came in 2015 on guitars.
Yep.
So they've cycled through a lot of guys. Like they've brought a lot of people in over the years. This is a really
Mendel was badass. I like that era a lot.
Which one?
Mendel.
Yeah.
Mendel.
That's all I was
Mendel,
say too.
say it.
Like Global Flatline, Necrotic Manifesto, Retro Gore, Terror Vision, and then he left, and went on to do other things. And those were some of my favorites too. But I'd always go back to Archaic, Arbitoire, and Gormageddon, dude.
Yep.
Just awesome stuff.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up from me.
2 thumbs up and a big toe.
Glad you liked it, Zoomy. I'm glad it got you a little bit, refreshing and got you to give them another chance.
Yeah, it was really, really awesome to just get to hear, something new and fresh from them. And as it was coming out, and I think all of those pieces, the theme of the album, just fit together just right for me to really enjoy it. And yeah, I think everybody should really give it a chance. And you might have to listen through it several times. Like, to be fair, listen to it a couple times through before you just make up your mind, if it's something you dig. But it's a fast album, and aside from all the little breakdowns that I mentioned, which it has plenty of them to enjoy, but everything in between all that is just slamming, grind, deathcore, whatever you want to call it.
It's getting really good praise though online. It is. I've seen a couple of posts like, "What do you guys think about this album?" And the that technical, whatever the hell it is, group. I mean, people definitely like it, but like you said, there are a few people here and there that are like, no. And then I've seen a few people say that they preferred Mania Cult, which is insane to me. But overall, it's getting like a lot of love. But yeah, no.
I've noticed that too. That some of the little forums or just comments I've read around this songs or this actual new album, it's been overall pretty positive. Mm-hmm. And I didn't see anybody vote anything on Metal Archives, so it doesn't have any scores in for the album yet, but it just came out. So, yeah. A lot of time still remains for people to check it out. But I have even heard a few people, through reading some of those comments say, oh, this is the album of the year. So, for some people, it's always an album of the year. You know what I mean? Right. And it may not be yours. It may not even be ours. There's still a lot of 2024 left.
Always gonna be lovers or haters, man.
Yeah, but somebody, that album, that's their album of the year, for sure. And so it's good and it's worthy of it, I guess is where I was going with that for anybody who does choose to make that their album of the year. It's worthy of it. So
yes, sir. And you want to talk about that tour real quick that they're going on?
Yeah, why don't you go
Since we're
ahead?
talking about Aborted, let's see, Brandon, you were telling us about it. It's Aborted, Archspire, Carcosa, and Alluvial.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going on this summer, and is it a full nationwide tour?
Yes, sir. I believe it is.
Yeah. So check it out, and yeah, might be coming to a city near you, but that's a kick-ass lineup. I think anybody that would listen to this show would definitely be a fan of those bands being on a bill together. So that's it.
Yeah, most definitely. And speaking of shows, there was another one that was brought up. Hatebreed's doing a show for people out there who dig some Hatebreed. Here's something that was cool about that for me is you're getting some Carcass, and you're also getting Crypta on that show. So
Crypta.
I'm excited. They're going to be coming to OKC. They'll be at the Diamond, and I've got to check it out. I really want to see Crypta and old school Carcass fan, so why not?
Do you know when that is? Do you know when the OKC show is by chance?
October 11th, buddy. That's my birthday.
Okay.
My
You know what?
birthday.
I will meet you there, buddy.
Woohoo.
Oh yeah, you might know when it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You might have remembered that date.
Yep.
Cool, man. I'll have to be there for you, but I'll definitely, if it's your birthday and you're going, I'll be there.
Man, I'm excited. I think that's what I want. I want to go see that show. Wasn't the
Awesome.
biggest Hatebreed fan, but that's cool. I'm definitely they've been doing it for a long
Yeah,
time. So
mad respect, but I'll definitely make some good time on the highway. I'll
yeah,
get home in a reasonable hour. I'll put it that way.
yeah. I hear you.
Like I said, mad respect. Jamie
It's
Joss
not
is the
coming
man,
here.
but I'm just going to be honest. I live an hour and a half away, and I got to get back. I'm
Yeah, that's right.
39 years old. Damn it.
You might be
It's not
40
even
by
coming to
then.
Houston.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right, man. You're not going to be able to get you're not going to be able to see it, man. But you
It's
just
not
saw
coming to
Crypta.
Houston? But yeah, you got a full headlining show.
Yeah.
Yep. And I've seen Carcass like 4 times, so
There you go. Yeah, I've seen them before, but I'll go see them again. That's cool.
and for those that don't know, I'm pretty sure Carcass was an influence on Aborted. Like I'm pretty sure they do like a Carnal
Oh, hell
Forge
yeah,
cover.
they are.
Like they even cover some Carcass. So
Yeah, they do.
some
Like
some
the whole
of the kids these
surgical
days
and all
might not
that,
know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. It's always neat to see, mainly because a lot of the music that you listen to, the bands, the people involved, it's really a small world in this big metal community that we're in, and so you get to hear a lot of the same names tossed around time and time again, and they do a lot of different stuff throughout. And that's one thing that is also really cool about the times that we're in today. It's so easy to get your hands on the right technology and the things you need to make whatever you're trying to do happen. And so you get to see, as somebody who's writing new music, just creating any kind of metal, whether it's the artwork or the actual music or whatever, but you're able to see like from the whole beginning to end of the process now and really understand it all a little bit better. And ultimately, right, you get better music in the end because you get people who know what they're doing more, and you get people who know more of how to get the sound that's in their mind, out there to the rest of the world, and not just communicating it, but also so we can all hear it. So anyway, it's cool. I like that.
Yeah. Technology.
The best, for some, except
Yeah.
except no more freaking snow days. You can forget it. Snow days out.
Yep.
Everybody's like, can you hop online and get that taken care of at home?
Yeah, no shit, right?
You're like, it's icy outside. I can't get out of my driveway. Sorry. They're like, yeah, but your internet works. That's whenever I rip all the cords out of my wall.
Let's go to hibernation. Yeah,
Brandon,
I think
is Brandon still muted? Brandon's still muted.
God damn
Nice.
it.
Nice. I was waiting for that to happen. I
was not
also, I
muting
guess since we're on
myself and burping up clearly Canadian while you guys are talking.
Yeah, I've had to mute myself to burp up clearly Canadian a few times too.
I forgot to fucking mute. So like Zoomy's talking, I'm going burp, burp. This shit is it's delicious, but it makes me gassy, folks.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of carbonation in that shit. You want some
While
good
we're on the
buzz?
topic, I'm going to
Drink
mention
a
this
clear
toxic
Canadian.
Texas Domination Fest real quick before I forget. Gordon, the Heart of Texas, it's what it's called, and Brandon was bringing that up earlier. But yeah, it looks like it's in Haltom City, Texas, September 23rd and 24th. I'm reading the 2022 flyer. Let me look at when it is for 2024 real quick, and we will do
American
that.
dates? Or
I was
was
gonna
that the
say
European?
back to the
September
American.
26th, 27th, 28th, 2024. So that may be the same date. But yeah, damn, there's a lot of bands. Brandon, do you know any of the bands playing it? Oh no, that's tickets.
No.
That's ticket selection. Sorry. I don't even know who any of these bands are. I'll be honest. I haven't heard a lot of them. There's
I
a
was starting
ton
to
of
check
them
a lot
though.
of them out when they first started announcing, and then I lost track because there's like, what, 50 bands on there, dudes? I mean, maybe
Yeah,
not
I'm
that many.
seeing
There's a lot though.
Gutalax, Cerebral
Yeah.
Incubation, Soulfish Bowels, Sinister, Wormed, Guinea Pig, Dysentery, Imperial Excretion, Cordyceps. Yeah, no, I'm not too familiar with these bands, but I bet it's gonna be a brutal.
I mean, Sinister is
Uh,
old school. Wormed has been around. Gutalax. I mean,
I know Gutalax.
Gutalax.
Yeah, if they're there, it's
Squash,
gonna be serious.
squash bowels.
Okay, that's what it says. Is that what it says? Squash? It does. Yeah, squash bowels. Kick ass. There's
So,
a lot of fecal matter metal. Is
I
what
was
that
gonna
is.
say it sounds like it, like bodily fluids
it's my
metal.
kind of show. Give me the poop.
Yeah, I mean that kind of looks like a little bit like poo, you know. Anyways, one of these logos.
Oh,
But yeah, anyways, we got that going on, and then we also got the big Texas Metal Fest, which should be absolutely kick ass. Let's look that up real quick. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. That's the return of All Shall Perish, so that's gonna be a huge deal for all you metalheads out there. You
that's
know that
right.
they have been dormant for like 10 years. But yeah, you got Atreyu, you got Paleface Swiss. They're absolutely killer deathcore band that's destroying in the scene right now. Hatebreed, as we talked about. Gideon, Heavy Hitter, which is a band that I'd really like to see. Fugitive. Let's see, Bleeding Through is playing. Yeah, Within the Ruins, Victims Upon a Burning Body, All Shall Perish, At All Costs. Yeah, it's a ton of bands, man. It's gonna be a
Did you say
serious like.
Atreyu already?
Yeah, I did. It's gonna be a
Okay.
serious nostalgia throwback show, though. I can tell you that. That's some old school cuts right there, bleeding through. But yeah, it's super cool.
Impending Doom.
Impending
Mhm.
Doom, Christian metal.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, let's see. When is it? It's May 24th and 26th in Austin, Texas. The big
Yeah.
Texas Metal Fest.
So there you go, everybody.
Yep.
Hope
There.
if you're down there in old Tejas, get to check out that show. That'd be
Yeah, Texas
Should be
is
a good
bringing the
one.
metal this year for
yeah,
sure.
they are. They are. I guess every year they do these, don't they?
I think so. I know the big. I don't know about the big Texas Metal Fest. It's the first time I'd heard about it. It looks like it'd be a brand new page too.
Do they still do I wonder if they still do that Texas Independence Fest that we went to.
I don't think they do. I do not think they do actually. I think they did it a couple years after that, but it hadn't been happened recently.
Something about Texas and deathcore bands coming back, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I know. That was
That
great.
was the Despised
That was-
Icon coming back.
Yeah,
for that.
that was the
for
return of
festival.
Despised Icon. That was such a kick-ass show, man. I saw some footage from that not that long ago, and it's so good. It was such a kick-ass show, man. I'll never forget it, to be honest. I've seen them a few times, but that took the cake.
That was where I got introduced to Necrogoblicon and Psychostick.
That's
I know.
cool.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
That's
I still
cool.
get Psycho Stick's emails because we put our emails on that list.
Oh yeah, me too. I follow them though; they're awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, the only other thing was Greg, the new single that was released.
What single was that?
Your unsung hero.
Yeah. Was it Metal Blade Records, I believe?
Oh yeah! Oh my god, I couldn't. Yeah, 6 Feet Under has a. Let's go to that. Well, let me go to their Instagram because I am blocked from their Facebook. So let me go to 6 Feet Under. real quick. But yeah, anyways, Chris Barnes, 6 Feet Under. They put out a new track. What's it called, guys? It is
The Ingrate.
the album Killing for Revenge is the album. They put out a new song. Let's see. No, that's the actual lyrics. I don't know what the hell it's called, but it is hilarious. He's back in Barnes fashion, as you will, and the funniest part about this is the Metal Injection or whatever. They said Chris Barnes is back, and he's killing it or something like that in the title. And when you press play, he is not in fact killing it. He is Chris Barnes all the way, but he's doing it. I guess kudos to him for doing it after how long he's been doing it. He's an OG, he's a legend. But I get a lot of humor out of it. I'm not gonna lie. I love Chris Barnes because I just love it. I think it's a great, walking, living, breathing meme, 24/7. And it's some of the best content on the net for me. So, what do you guys think about it?
The song "Know Nothing Ingrate."
Know Nothing Ingrate.
It's 6 Feet Under. It's Chris Barnes.
It's fun.
Yeah, I was smiling whenever I was watching and listening to it. There's definitely that, and I definitely did click the button to check it all out. So there's that too. It's a bit on the generic side for me, but at the same time, it's still just some death metal, just some good old school, old fashioned death metal. And part of me still loves that you've got these OGs out there just still making sure that they're holding on to that flame. And that's just kind of where I'm at on it. I'll probably listen to it again.
Why not?
To be honest,
I will too. I absolutely will.
It's going on a playlist.
Yeah. But the thing is with him is it's like that whole song's like talking shit to the haters. It's like when you watch the lyric video, it's like he's really yelling at the people. He's mad at him, but he's like fighting everybody in the comments. Like, you're a fucking idiot. He's like all over people. So it's like he almost like brings it onto himself. The whole thing. So it's good. It's good back and forth. It's fun.
We need to share the car commercial on the Facebook page.
Yeah, come get your car.
You
goes, I came down and talked to Vanessa. She hooked me up with a sweet. Yeah, but at the end of it, he's like, come get your car.
Yeah, he does, man.
Yeah, it's the best.
We'll share that.
Yes, we need to. You have to check that out. I think it was from like 2011, And it's it's this local car mart that he went and bought his car at, and I'm sure somebody was like, "Hey, that's Chris Barnes."
like buying a fucking Mazda Miata too. It's the best. And,
I don't remember what the car was.
Yeah, it is. That's what it is.
But it was
like
metal.
He goes to this Indian guy's like a salesman. He's like, "Hello, da, da, da," like whatever. And then he goes to Chris, and he's like, "Yeah, Vanessa gave it to me to test drive, and I think I scared the hell out of her." It's great. Yeah,
you have to check it out.
The way I was driving, sorry. It's great. Anyways, 2 thumbs up for me. I'm stoked to hear the album, and it just is so perfect to me that Marco is in the band. I won't say too much. Like the drummer, Lord Marco, he's like the biggest ego-driven human I've ever seen on Facebook in my entire life. So the fact that they're in a band together, and he I don't follow him or anything like that, but if I ever see him on there, he's just defending like, "Oh, you fuck you all, you idiots. I'm in a band with Chris Barnes." It's like, it's going pretty good for you. You sell 4 shows a year in Germany that sell the fuck out, woo, that's their big deal. Chris Barnes, like, when people are, talk smack to him, he always brags about that they sell out in Germany every Christmas. So there's that, but it's fun. It's a lot of metal, fun news, drama, fun laughs.
I turned it off about 15 seconds in. I was like, wow, this is cheesy as fuck.
Brandon, that's not the attitude to have on the subject. You're missing out on a lot of fun.
Yeah. I don't know, it's like there's that, and then there's the new Aborted. I was like, yeah.
The new Aborted.
I don't want to waste my time. I'm not going to get those seconds back.
I spent them I spend them loud and proud. I don't know why I get such a humor out of it, but I do. It's a weird deal. But anywho, my wife thinks it's annoying. I show it to her.
Yeah, so I think that's about it.
All right.
Anything else?
No, that's about all I got, guys.
All right, well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate all your time, and without further ado, Metal Block over and out.
Peace out,
Later.
blockheads.